got 1 more minute. Where's the champagne? Where's the champagne? Sebastian has it. He's in charge of the champagne. You got it? Yeah, please. Anybody doing countdown? I think there's already countdowns. We're a fucking great year. Yeah! Especially Hello and welcome back, guys. I hope you enjoyed that little clip from yesterday, or wait, not yesterday, on Tuesday night. Good fun, New Year's Eve. I hope you guys had a phenomenal New Year's Eve, but I am super stoked. I'm actually like ecstatic that it is back to the markets are open and it's a normal work day. Unfortunately, tomorrow's Friday, so it's the last work day. We're gonna have to wait, till Monday to get a full, nice 5 days of uninterrupted trading. I am just super stoked for that. And I'm watching you guys today, the live stream. There wasn't as many people in there, and I think some of you guys might be a little hungover or something. So I want to see you guys tomorrow for the live stream. It's going to be some good fun. Today, we did no trading. So we have SES right now on the chart. This is the big one that I was looking at most of the day. I was also looking at INPX, and we are also looking at IPHA. So those were two really interesting picks today as well. But nothing ended up making me really want to trade it. I'm going to talk about a little bit about what I was looking for, why I didn't trade it, and also why I didn't trade when we had the market open. So let's dive into that now. And remember, guys, if you want to see me go through the whole entire watch list, check out the live stream. The first 15 minutes of the live stream, we break down everything on the watch list, and then we go ahead and trade the market open. Okay, so for the next few days, I'm going to be really diving into my strategies and my patterns a little bit more. But today, let's just do a quick little overview of what we were looking for and why we did not trade it. So what I look for is, you can see this on the 5-minute chart down here. If you go and say, okay, the market opened here roughly at 560.68, or I say this is pre-market or after hours, and it ran all the way up to here. So this thing was gapping 94%. That's a really nice run up. It was a little bit overextended, and if you look at the daily chart over here, this was a former gapper, so there's going to be a lot of kind of bag holders, people that want to get out at any time when this thing gaps up again. And that's, today was a big gapper today. And then you can see here, right when the market opened and the volume started kicking in, people just sold so super aggressively. This thing shot down 20% in the first minute. So this was huge. Well, actually, it ran up and then shot down. Really sketchy. I did not want to trade this when it had that quick little spike to the upside, because you could just tell there was no substance in it. And then very quickly, the price gapped down here, or sold off to this former kind of breakout area. But it was just really quick and not really something you wanted to jump on. I had a limit order right here at $8, kind of thinking that we might have some bigger support in this area. If you check out on the 5-minute chart, you can really see that there's a good chance it might pull down here. And if it does, that we're going to see some big support. I did move my limit order closer to 7.8 at one point, thinking that we might get a really fast flash crash. But then actually, surprisingly, around 8.7, there was continuous buying pressure. And the whole morning I didn't really want to trade this. I was a little pause off. So there's at no point I was really excited to trade this. Right here at, what was this? This was 9:38. So one of my favorite things to do is start trading things on the first or second pullback on the way up. So let's say this opened green with big volume and we ran up nicely and we started having a little bit of a pullback. That would be the first pullback, and then we continue to rally, and then we have a second pullback, and so on. I like to use the 5-minute for potential entries on that as well. But this thing went red right away. But then the support held, and right around here you can see this 9.2 area. We tried to break down below it again, didn't work. Then we ran up here. This was a 7% pull to the upside. Then the price crashed down quickly here. And I was thinking about putting a limit order in, but this is the same exact pattern that we got totally crushed last time. 9.3, we basically entered right around here. And then the price sold off like 9-10% in just a matter of seconds. So I didn't want to be part of that again. This time, it would have kind of worked. We did run up a little bit here, but the best move on this was only 9%, and then eventually it started crashing as well. So this was really, really shaky. I don't know how this would have turned out. So those first about 20 to 25 minutes of the market open, I'm looking for those first pullbacks and then the second pullbacks. But then as this started to hold and we were potentially seeing a red to green move, I'll look for those around 10:15. So at that point, we started breaking up higher again. And that's, when we could have probably done a first entry. So here we break higher again from this area. Let's say 9.06, there's some big resistance. Here on this green candle, we break up higher and we pull back. This could have been a pretty okay entry actually. And then again, we break up and pull back. This again could have been a pretty solid entry. I was watching this one live after the live stream and I was thinking, this could be a really good buy, but I just wasn't really feeling it, so I didn't do it. But yeah, this was a pretty nice pop to the upside right around here. And that could have been a 15% move. So we totally missed this one. Again, here, the stock was actually, SES was halted right around here. This could have been an interesting play on this second pullback back to 8.7. But again, I didn't really feel comfortable doing this one. It wasn't even really that big of a bounce. This is the one that I was potentially looking for, but I kind of stopped trading around 11 o'clock. And I was thinking we might dip down very quickly one more time, have a little bounce here, but I was kind of done around this 11 o'clock area. But I kind of was watching it throughout the day just to kind of see how this would unfold. And right now we have another hour and a half to the market open. So, if we bought this dip and had this run up, would have been pretty good. But, I'm not trying to trade all day long. I just want to be trading really that first 30 minutes, maybe first hour, at most 2 hours, and then kind of be done with trading. So scrolling back here, something to really consider for the future is once we start entering that 955 area to 910, the bigger pullbacks are usually done, and this one never really pulled back. And then right around 9:15, we start having that run to the upside. This was a 24, 25, 26% run, depending on kind of where you market. So buying on one of these first breaks back to the upside, I would say above 9.06, like we said earlier. Really, this first pullback here or this second pullback right here would have been some really interesting entries. Now remember, this is different than those initial gap and go pullbacks. The initial gap and go pullbacks kind of start here. You have nice quick moves to the upside and you're buying into those moves. But this one we just missed. The other one I want to talk about is INPX. Now the reason I really liked INPX, and I'm a little disappointed we didn't trade this one today, is because these really big moves it had. This thing was just going crazy. And actually, if you remember back here, this is the one we had the really fast move on. This is the same one, and we bought the big first crash here. It's gonna be a little hard for me to show you. Okay, here it is zoomed in. So this is the classic gap and go strategy. Let me zoom in one more time. You can see big volume, opening candle. We pull back right away. This could have been a nice entry, 14% up, and then again, a second pullback here. And this second pullback ran super hard, 50%. This was huge. We hit some major resistance up here, pulled back, had an entry, and bought on the first bounce, or sold right on the first bounce. So this was really nice. So if you fast forward again to today, this was on the 18th of this month. Let's quickly fast forward to today. This thing traded super similar, and let's just kind of scroll back here. I tried to make a move higher, but got rejected initially, and I wasn't really surprised about that. It didn't really have anything super interesting pre-market, kind of holding this area right here. If we scroll back a little bit further. Pre-market, we were up 60%, but then we were pulling back. There wasn't really a lot of volume. Plus, this is originally was a 0.16 kind of price, so it wasn't really something I wanted to trade. But then once it started breaking to new highs in the first 5-15 minutes, then it became really, really interesting. So first we had a pullback when the market opened about 10%, and then we ran right around here, and we were just going about green on the day right here. So here you can see it. And we are now at a double top here since the market opened. We're having a nice little pullback here. What's nice about this pullback is in the volume chart, there's never at one point where there's a super large amount of volume. So this could have been a really good entry if you notice, okay, the price is going down a little bit. You could have even bought the breakout here. So once we had the big green candle, you could have tried to join the bid or something like that and make this move to the upside. Or you could have bought this first pullback, or I guess you could say second pullback right here, take this move to the upside. That was a 10% move. I remember watching this one right when we were ending the live stream, and a little bit, afterwards when we were really holding this area here, and I was like, oh man, okay, the EMA 15 is really coming in right now. This could be a really nice buy, because if this breaks to the upside, this could again really run, and I should have jumped on this one. I'm not really sure why I didn't. But I watched this whole thing race to the upside. And I'll tell you something that was a little sad that we missed. We missed this huge run, right? And that's not even really the worst part. A little bit later, we had this giant dip. And here is something that kind of blew my mind a little bit. So I noticed this dip was happening, first red candle. I was like, woohoo, okay. I'm having flashbacks to the 18th when we traded this thing. And it was just so intense. And I had my limit order ready to go. And I placed my limit order right here at 0.19. And for some reason, the price went below my limit order. Actually, I originally had it here at 0.18, and then I moved it up right to here. And then this candle went below my limit order, and I did not get filled. I have no idea why I did not get filled. I wish that was on the live stream, because that would have been a really interesting one to review. And this was kind of depressing. I moved up my limit order one more time. I don't remember exactly how high I did it. It was under 0.2 for sure. So somewhere in this area. And then I didn't feel like chasing it anymore. I should have chased it a little bit, because this thing ran up 19-20% after I could have potentially had an entry. And then it kept on running after that. Then it had another little pullback right here, but then the rest of the day, it just kept on running. This would have been a good time to do another one of those buys. Just, kind of crazy to think that we missed two of these bumps to the upside today. Now, I typically don't want to be trading after 12, because the whole reason, like I say all the time, the whole reason I'm day trading, especially the market open, the gap and go strategy, is because it gives me a lot of freedom. It gives me a lot of time to do what I want the rest of the day. And I don't want to be a slave to the market. So I'm not trying to trade the market all day long. I just want to be trading it where there's a lot of volatility, basically the first 30 minutes, most of my trading, and then that next hour. And really at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I want to be done. But yeah, just crazy moves today on this one. That dip on INPX, we definitely could have got it. I don't know if that would have happened 10 times. I feel like 8 or 9 of them we would have got it. I have no idea why we did not get filled, but I should have got a little bit more aggressive on this bounce, because this thing dropped huge in just in 3 minutes. It dropped 33%. So that's like 11% per minute. And once you're back to these huge support zones, these former breakout zones, there's going to be a lot of dip buyers. And there was. I mean, this thing bounced 38%. That's huge. Yeah, so that would have been a really fun trade, but we missed that one. I think tomorrow could be a really good day. Today we only had one trade, so maybe that's why I was a little hesitant today. Tomorrow, I hope we have a good day. I'm not going to try to rush anything. I do have 3 trades though. Plus, actually, I have the 3 trades in my cash account that are going to become available tomorrow. And I might even have 2 trades in my margin account. So we'll see. I technically might have 5 trades. I don't want to use all 5 trades, but I might use around 3 trades tomorrow. It should get really interesting. Let's see what happens. All right, guys, I'll wrap it up there. I hope you found some value in this video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys for the opening bell tomorrow. Till then, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.